Reality. Reality receipts.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley, and we are back to talk about Love Island games. This episode got a little messy, a little spicy, left us on a big old cliffhanger, which was exciting. I feel like I'm not as into the show as I was Love Island, obviously. I don't think
Yeah,
anyone is. It's hard to match that, but it is getting a little better. But I'm not really I'm rooting for Andrea and Josh. I like
me too.
them.
Me too.
The other people are kind of pissing me off a little. But
Okay.
who else are you rooting for?
I'm not I think I don't know. I think Andrea and Josh, which is like something that I really, really didn't see.
Mhm.
Um, I think that they're the only ones that are genuine and like actually like each other. But I also think like I really like at first Josh was like getting on my nerves with like how upset he was getting over the games, but now I think his feelings are like 100% valid. And I'm like, I like that he's not just like following the crowd. And I like that he is standing up for himself.
Yeah.
Um, Justine really disappointed me in this episode.
Mhm.
Because it seemed like she was just kind of looking at Tyreek for validation and for like just trying to follow along what he like was telling her to do. And I
Yeah.
didn't expect that from her. Like I think a lot of people surprised me in this episode. So
Yeah, I get there's a lot of money on the line and Justine probably just wants to win, but it would be so much cooler to see her maybe rally up with the girls and somehow yeah, but it's a couple that wins, right? So that's the hard part is she has to go along with Tyreek to get herself to the end. They
yeah,
can't
and guess
even.
what? Tyreek's gonna take that money if you
Yeah,
do win with him. So,
you
because they
definitely.
do the same thing from what I remember, is they give one person the option to split it or take the whole thing. Tyreek's
Mhm.
taking the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. He didn't give an F that Nicola got hit in the head. He laughed his ass off. He was like, whatever this episode about it. He doesn't care about anyone but himself and money, which, he makes a good villain. It's interesting to watch him, but I hope Justine gets the envelope with the money if they win because I don't want to see him win. But she just won last time, right? So that would probably not make people happy either.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on, but Johnny and Gabby, like, really got on my nerves this episode. Like, they were
Yeah.
walking around that bitch like they were freaking king and queen, mom and dad, like they run the villa.
Hmm.
And it was just like they just seemed untouchable. And this is like what's super annoying, right? When you create these alliances, is like to me, it's not fair to have challenges where you can target other couples. Like, let us all compete and
Hmm.
whoever wins wins because you get moments like this where Garby and oh boy and Andrea and Josh
Quincy.
don't have a chance. They just
Yeah.
don't have a chance when you are in an alliance and everybody's going to team up against me. But guess what? I do have a chance if we have like say that like that football competition with the liquid and stuff, something competitive where it like if we beat you, we beat you. Like you
Yeah.
can't target us. So I think that that is definitely something that needs to change in games because I don't think that
Yeah.
that's
No, I agree. I wanna see more of it competing and saving yourself versus, targeting, right? Yeah, it's hard when they're doing these alliances, but I guess it does keep it interesting because it gives an opportunity for people to fight and be mad at each other, whereas, if it was just you compete, you win, you're safe, there's not a lot to talk about with that, so I guess it does add, a good element, but it is annoying to it's hard to watch people that don't deserve to be in the bottom all the time keep ending up there because of these alliances, so we
yeah.
see at the start of the episode, the power squad tells Andrea she ain't welcome anymore, which was kinda rough, but I guess she technically isn't in their alliance, she's with Josh, but
What
they
I
didn't have to.
don't understand, Ashley. Everybody in the power squad has a couple that's not in the power squad. So what are we really even talking about here? Because Tyreek, you're in this power squad, but on the opposite end is Justine. Toby, you're in this power squad, but in the opposite end is Sydney. Like,
Mhm.
what are we even doing? Like, the whole villa's in an alliance then,
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah, it is kind of silly and stupid of these men to let Tyreek run it that way because he's protecting Justine, that's his couple. But Toby doesn't necessarily get to protect Sydney, and Andrea doesn't get to protect Josh. So it's like, is this a power squad or is this Tyreek squad? They're letting him run it, and they're not getting any benefits from it.
I thought it was the Johnny squad. I thought that
Yeah.
Johnny and Gabby were running this.
Well, they're
Um,
both in the squad though, right? So they're
and so are
automatically,
Isaiah and Zay,
yeah,
which
or
I
Lucinda.
have Lucinda. There we go. Why would I call him
Yeah.
Isaiah and Zay?
I
Uh,
Close enough.
yeah, which again, I think that I mean, we'll get there, but Isaiah showed some real balls in this
Yeah,
episode. He says it was Lucinda, but
finally.
no, it was you. But I
Yeah.
think yeah, we'll get there. But yeah, I think that if he hadn't done that, like I think other people started following suit once they seen like, okay, they went against Johnny. So like we
Mhm.
can do the same thing. It's the smart thing to do. Isaiah's the only one that's thinking smart. This
Yeah.
is your chance to get Johnny out. Who the fuck wants to go up against Johnny and Gabby? No, you're not gonna win. She looks like
No.
fucking Wonder Woman. I didn't realize how buff she is and how like
Yeah.
fit and toned she is. And say what you want, but Johnny's a freaking Spartan. I wouldn't want to go up against the two of them.
No, definitely not. That's the thing is whenever you're in an alliance with strong people, at some point you have to turn on them, right? And so they've realized that this is the point. So good for Isaiah for realizing that finally. But we see Toby and Tyreek have a little chat about Sydney being weak and that Toby needs to get rid of her, not be on her team. Obviously, I think it was a little late for that. I don't think that was a smart choice, but when Toby told Gabby, do you remember what was her reaction? Did she tell him like, "Hell no, I wouldn't do that to my friend," or was she kind of like laughing and like,
I think at that point she was playing the game and she was
mhm,
like, I'm not going to let anybody know what I'm doing. So I'm going to
right,
make Toby believe that there is a possibility, but she did say to his face, like, you're a traitor, you're a Judas, I can't trust you. Like she did. And
mhm,
he even said, damn, like, you're going to tell me straight to my face. And she's like, yeah,
yeah.
the fuck? Like,
I'm just wondering, yeah, I'm just wondering why Toby thought he had it. Like, why would he even try to sit there? That
she
was
left it
so
open.
weird.
She left it open. She
Yeah,
didn't tell him no, because that's what she
yeah,
said. I'm at the point in the game where I'm not gonna tell anybody my next move. Like, just like she told Lucinda, "You're on the power squad. I'm not gonna."
yeah,
Which Lucinda gets on my fucking nerves, Ashley. Like, I want her gone. I don't want her to win. She's a fucking Debbie Downer. She's always complaining. She's not a girl's girl. She's turning her back on all the women. You're snooping around trying to figure out everybody's next move so you could use it against them. I don't like you. You fucking suck. And I'm glad, like, Garby's a real ass bitch. Like, she told her to her
mhm,
face, I'm not going to tell you. She told Toby to his face, you're a backstabber. You're a Judas. Like, I don't
mhm,
trust you,
yeah,
So, but she did leave it open ended. She said, I'll think about it. Like, okay. Because she's at the
mhm,
point where she's like, they're all playing the game. I need to do the same. So if he thinks that I'm open to partnering with him, then let him
yeah,
think, you know, full time, I'm gonna
yeah,
go tell Sydney what's going on.
mhm. Yeah, it's hard because it's too late for Sydney now to get a new couple, so she's totally screwed now, stuck with Toby, and I don't know that they have a chance now, but they could still win. You never know.
I mean, they're not gonna win, but at least they're gonna make it to the final because they're not vulnerable.
Yeah, yeah. I just was like, I don't know how Garby was really helping her because she can't change her partner now. She's stuck with him. So it just made her mad at her partner, fuck up the game, and it
But
was a
I think
disaster.
that was her point though, right? Like I
Mhm,
think her point at this point is to break up the Tyreek and Johnny and Toby alliance. And it's like now
mhm,
I've fucked up. Sydney's mad at Toby. She doesn't want to compete with Toby. She's willing. We heard her say, I'm willing to, like, if I'm going to go down, I'm going to take you with me. So now she's at a point where it's like, that there's animosity there. They're not on one accord here. They're
yeah.
probably not going to perform good together. So you've already fucked up that couple. So I think on Garby's end, it was definitely strategy.
Yeah, that's what I think she was playing it off as like that. I wouldn't let you do that to my girl, but I was like, I think there's a little bit of both, right? Like,
Strategy,
I,
yeah. Because it's not
yeah,
her girl. Because then how is that your girl? But then you guys both went after each other in the damn game. It doesn't even.
yeah. Everyone was going after everybody, but it was weird the way they did it with the whole chair thing. Like, it should have been more like a normal recoupling where, like, if Toby wanted to put himself forward for Garby to pick, you, like, stand there and then Garby decides, right? It was just so silly to see them literally playing, like, musical chairs and fighting over this chair, and I was like, "Are they gonna hit each other with this damn chair?" Because it got a little messy, so
Right. It did. It did.
normally, it's just, like, stand up if you wanna couple with this person instead of fighting over the chair, so
Yeah.
yeah, so there's a lot of games in this episode. Basically, the whole episode was all these Vegas games. But we saw the fallout from Toby trying to pick Garby, and Sydney
Ugh.
was not happy. I was gonna say she did the double middle finger like Tamara, but I think it was just one at a time. But
Yes.
Toby got a lot of middle fingers. Yeah,
His outfit was atrocious. Who told him to wear a lace suit?
I
It was
don't
so
know. Yeah, you can tell he's single because no one is giving him fashion advice. I thought, what was Tyreek wearing? Wasn't he wearing something silly
a
too?
pink. Yeah, I think he was wearing a
Yeah.
pink suit.
Oh, it's not so bad. I don't know, I couldn't see Toby that makes sense if it was lace, because 'cause I'm like, when I was
All
watching
lace,
it, the guy was making fun of it, and I was like, "It just looks like a
all
black
lace.
suit to me."
Pants,
Oh,
pants, top, lace.
that doesn't sound comfortable, especially in, like, the heat of Fiji. Lace would be a
It
little
was so bad.
scratchy.
It was so bad.
Well, Sydney targeted Garby. Well, she didn't target Garby. That was Toby's decision, and she was like, "Whatever." So Garby was a little pissed about that. What is your thoughts? Do you think Sydney should have said something and said, "Toby, no, pick someone else," or she was just so mad, I think she wasn't thinking about it, but
Yeah, I think she
Garby
wasn't,
wasn't happy.
but they didn't do the same person for all 3 balls, right? They did
No. Then they
Barbie,
did
and
Josh
then they
and
did Josh.
Andrea. Uh-huh.
Okay, okay. So,
Yeah, the first
I
one
mean,
Toby picked, and then they talked about it after that, so
yeah, which I think is, again, I think it's, like, very weird, like, if you and Garby are so close, like, I think I mean, she did speak up eventually, but then and I'm like, but then Garby and Casey went after them and put all 3 of their balls in their court, which I don't know why. I don't know why. I guess they were more so focused on the Toby of the alliance, but I don't know why I don't know why Andrea and Josh, Garby and Casey, and well, not Sydney and Toby, but why they didn't form their own alliance and like go
yeah,
after Tyreek and Justine or go after Johnny and like why didn't all of you guys go after one couple? Why did all of you guys go after Toby and Sydney, not Justine and Johnny? Why are nobody going? I'm not Justine and Johnny. Johnny and Gabby. They're the
yeah,
strongest ones.
yeah, it's very silly to keep the alliance safe at this point because their alliance is all the strongest people like Johnny and Tyreek, so you don't wanna be going for Toby and Sydney and leaving people like Johnny safe, which is crazy. What happened when Lucinda was like, "This is my decision, like, don't blame Isaiah." Was that when they went for Johnny and Gabby?
Yes, that was at the end. So they play these games. The first one was the little I don't know what kind of table, but you put the balls in.
Yeah,
That's when Garby and Casey became vulnerable because everybody
right.
targeted them, which again, I don't understand why Andre and Josh did that. I don't understand why all the other people outside the alliance did that. Then they did the martini glass game, which I thought was so rude. Like,
Mhm.
did you have to throw your drink, like, you couldn't miss them or throw it on their chest? Like, I just thought it was so rude that they were throwing drinks in each other's faces, again, trying to get people talking, and then, Andrea and Josh became vulnerable because everybody targeted them, and then now in this last card game, you have, like, 2 vulnerable couples that you can't pick, so the only couples left are the ones in the alliance, right?
Uh-huh.
So it's like now, what do you do in your alliance? Like Toby and Tyreek have this allegiance to each other.
Mhm.
Isaiah and Lucinda decided to target Johnny and they went out on a limb and targeted Johnny
And Gabby.
in the martini game.
Yeah.
So it's like from that point on, their alliance is broken. But again,
Mhm.
Isaiah was very smart about that. Like, I don't want to go up against Johnny. If I have to go up against Toby or
Mhm.
Tyreek over Johnny, absolutely. But Lucinda said that that's her call because she doesn't want to go up against Gabby. And it's a smart move.
Yeah. Yeah. They have to be at this point thinking of this 250,000 and how you're gonna win it and not like who your friends are, with this whole
Yeah.
trio thing.
But
Silly.
Johnny and Gabby were moving around that house like they were king and queen, like
Yeah.
untouchable. Nobody's gonna vote for us in anything. And then it's like when they did, so it's like in that scenario, who did you guys
Mhm.
expect Lucinda and Isaiah to go for out of Toby, Tyreek, and Johnny? You expected them to go after one of them as long as it
Yeah.
wasn't you. But I'm surprised that Tyreek and Toby didn't target Lucinda and Isaiah.
Well, Lucinda's their best friend, remember? That's what they keep saying. Lucinda's like, "Tyreek and Toby are my friends from home. I can't go against them."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. Yeah, apparently. Where there's someone else said best friends again, and I'm like, "How many best friends does this guy have?" Oh, I think it was Garby saying that Casey was Kendall's best friend. I'm like, "When did that happen?" I thought Lucinda was his best friend, but
Right.
Kendall's got everyone. I thought that was so funny when Sydney, like, told on Toby to Ariana when she came in, and she's like, "What's wrong?" She, like, told what he did. It's just funny. I like that Ariana, like, gets in on the mess with the cast,
Yeah,
but
I really liked Ariana's hair. And
yeah, I like the, like,
her look,
darker blonde that she's doing
I
and her
really like that
outfits.
the wavy, like when her hair is like really long and wavy. I like that look.
I know, her whole, like, wardrobe, shoes, all of it for this show is just outrageous. It's
So
so
good.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then what happened? The card game, right?
Mhm. And then I
Mhm.
guess the Joker and you get wiped out. So who got wiped out? Toby and Johnny.
Yes. And
Yes. So
so
yeah.
we had the 3 vulnerable couples, Toby and Sydney, Johnny and Gabby, Garby and Casey. Did I
Yes.
get them all right? Yeah.
Yes. So
So many similar
explain
names.
to me because I like the rules are getting so tricky that I didn't understand like when Ariana says like you take a gamble or you leave your fate in the hands of the safe couples. What is
Yeah.
that?
So I think basically you can spin this wheel, and if it lands on red, you're safe. It lands on
Right.
white, you go home immediately.
Right.
Or let the safe couples decide. So are they trying to say basically, so Garby and Casey decided to spin the wheel and let the wheel decide their fate. So if it lands on white and they go home, are they the only couple that goes home then?
Yes. Then
Okay.
yeah, that's what Ariana explained to that. Like if they go home, if it lands on white, you guys go home, the other two couples are safe. If it lands
Uh,
on red, you guys are safe.
and
And
then
the safe couples decide who stays. But it's like, but that's so crazy to me that Andrea and Josh wouldn't spin the wheel because
they have
they're
no
gonna
shot.
they don't have a shot. Like if you leave your hands in the fate of the safe couples, Tyreek and Justine are going to vote for Johnny and because that's their alliance. Toby and
Mhm.
Sydney are going to vote for Johnny and Gabby. That's their alliance. Lucinda and Isaiah are probably going to vote for Isaiah and Josh because they don't want to go up against Johnny. But if they're trying to stick to their alliance, then they could vote that way too. So what votes
Yeah.
do you think that you're going to get? The only vote that you're going to get is who else is safe? That's it, right?
Yeah. Tyreek,
Tyreek, Toby,
Lucinda,
Lucinda, and Isaiah.
yeah, and Sydney. Mhm.
So
Yeah, I don't think
who's
Josh and,
gonna vote for
Andrea
you?
have a shot.
Who's gonna vote for you?
Their only hope now is if Casey and Garby go home. If they get white and they go home, that's the only way they're safe. Because if it goes up between these 2 couples, they're screwed. So, I have
Unless
a bad feeling.
unless Tyreek and Toby and Isaiah realize we don't have a shot in the finals against Johnny and
Mhm.
Gabby. And they all decide to turn their back on him and go home. But I don't know because Toby and Tyreek already gave their word that they're going to take Johnny to the final.
I did just see on the first look that it's America's vote time.
Yeah.
So, do you think they know that? Because I would say even if they don't wanna go against Johnny in the final, maybe they know that America's gonna save Josh and Andrea just because they've been such a good couple the whole time, right? None of the other couples are really on their level in terms of like have been a couple for a long time and people aren't mad at them and
But
all of that.
here's my thing, we get a vote tonight on
Yeah.
uh, somebody's going home at the start of tonight's episode.
Yeah. But I
So
just mean if
Garby
they
and
know,
Casey are safe if Garby and Casey are safe, then Andrea and Josh or Johnny are gonna go home at the start of the episode, so we won't
mhm,
even get to vote for Josh and Andrea.
yeah. But I just mean if in that moment when if Garby and Casey do go home and the people are trying to decide, do we save Johnny or do we save Josh? Are they going to be thinking about who is America going to vote for, right? Like, because they might want to keep Johnny for now just because they probably know America hates him, right? And they
Yeah,
know people probably love Josh and Andrea. So for them to save Johnny might be smarter right now just because they can beat him in an America's vote, but they can't
yeah,
beat him in a final challenge. That's the tricky
maybe,
part, right? Yeah, like,
maybe, but
but
but then
maybe they don't know
I
America's
think
voting.
they don't know, and then it's like after whoever goes home this morning, there's no telling that Johnny and Gabby are still vulnerable. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Well, maybe, we get to vote I'm gonna assume that we get to vote who we
I,
wanna send into the final, and they're hoping
yeah,
that
I hope we get to decide everything,
I
but
think we do.
they
I
don't
think we're
usually.
gonna get to decide who we want to send into the final. Whoever's left,
Well, I
whoever
get to
goes home
decide
this morning.
nothing. They don't let us
Yes.
vote here, which is so sad, but who would
I
you
do
vote
think
for?
it's that. I think somebody's gonna go home today, this morning, and then out of
Mhm.
all of these this morning on tonight's episode, and then whoever's left, we get to vote to send them into the final.
I see on the preview, Josh has red eyes and is shaking his head, but that could be old. So they of course don't show on the first look who goes home. So they won't
Yeah.
give us any hints about that. But
Well,
if you
I don't know what Josh and Andrea were thinking to not gamble, but because Casey and Garby too, like, who's gonna vote for you to stay? Not
yeah,
Tyreek and Justine, not Sydney. Sydney and, Toby targeted you guys the whole damn game, and not Lucinda and Isaiah. They're gonna vote you right out. Like, you gots to take the spin. You have to take the spin.
yeah, I think it's better odds than letting the rest of the people decide. So
Yeah.
if who would you vote to go to the final rate now based off of like say if Garby and Casey leave, then who
If
would you pick?
I would vote for Andrea and Josh.
Yeah.
I would vote the 2 couples that I want out right now are Johnny and Gabby and Lucinda and Isaiah because of
Yeah.
Lucinda.
Yeah, I agree. It would be very hard to see her win after her complaining and whining for the whole time. So
But Josh is right. Tyreek has skated by this entire season. He's done
yeah.
nothing. He's not really won any competitions. He's not won a duel. He hasn't had to do anything. He's just there, you
Yeah.
know? Same with Lucinda. She's just there.
Yeah. So for the first look, it says this game they're playing tonight, one couple will be safe and one couple will be dumped immediately. So I don't,
Okay.
and then the vote comes after that, I guess.
Okay.
Do we get to vote who wins or
We
do
don't get
you
to vote
guys?
who wins. Last time it was a game that like a very
Ah,
challenging game, and whoever wins the game wins the money.
I wonder what the vote will be for then.
Probably who to send into the finals.
Yeah. So they'll
Yeah.
let us pick one couple and then the
Because
rest will be
usually it's
decided by
only
this game.
yeah, exactly. I think they'll,
Is it just
I
two
think
couples in the final?
I think it's 3. I think it's
Okay.
3. It's 3. So they're gonna cut some couples before the final. So I think whoever has the lowest vote of America probably goes home.
Okay.
We'll see.
Interesting. Well, any other thoughts about this episode before we go?
No, I did hear Josh say that there's only 3 days left, so I'm actually gonna be
Oh.
very glad that Love Island Games is over.
It is a lot, like, every day, I think it's hard putting it so close on the heels of regular Love Island. I think if they did it in a few more months from now, we definitely would have been more excited about it, like, "Oh, we're missing Love Island, and this will be a nice little treat," but it was more like, "We're still decompressing from Love Island, and we're not ready for the seven-day-a-week show at this moment. We got other
It's
stuff going on," so
it's literally torture.
yeah, so I hope maybe if they do it again, they do it around like Christmas or something. Like December is a quiet TV time. Like that would be a
Yes.
very nice time to have like a little show, like
Yeah,
people, it's
I
just like
agree.
summer break. People are on Christmas break. They're not as busy, and that might be a better time. Because
I agree.
Big Brother started like a reindeer games Christmas type theme. So maybe they should do that next year, like a Christmas Love Island games, just not September. The finale was August 25th. We weren't ready yet, so
We
but
weren't ready.
still good. Well, we got lots of episodes out right now. We've been covering Love is Blind USA, so we have all of the episodes out now, right? Yeah,
Yep.
we've got 1 to 6. We have recaps on that. We have our Bravo days, Miami, Orange County. We'll have Salt Lake City and London coming up shortly. We have the Love is Blind France reunion on Sunday and Love Island Games, of course. So we got so much content coming
We're
your way.
feeding you guys. We hope you're
Yeah.
hungry.
Busy, busy. I live in this little closet here. So, and we saw a couple nice reviews. That means so much to us. So, thank you guys for leaving a nice review. If you don't follow us, do that on our Instagram. It's Reality Receipts Pod, and subscribe, like all those fun
Yes. And
things.
if you
And
guys are shopping Skims, please answer the survey after your purchase and put reality receipts. We're so excited to have a Skims collaboration. So
yes, I
please,
know.
they didn't give you no code to get no discount, but still just put reality receipts if you're gonna make a purchase from any of their collections. Like
Yeah,
genuinely love their I still got this bra.
yeah. I got I
Genuinely
got mine on too.
genuinely love,
So
the stuff from
comfy.
the Everything Fits collection, like legit, like, you guys won't be disappointed, so please
Yeah,
try it and, give us a little click,
I actually feel like, not to be corny, but obviously we try everything before we do these ads and recommend it to you guys because we want it to be good stuff. And I feel like it's changed my life. Some of the stuff, like I wasn't aware of HelloFresh before. Now, it's so nice having all these different meals every night. Absolutely obsessed. And this comfy underwear and the hair gummies, the
Oh
force
my god,
factor
my voice
delish.
they're done. I ate them all, like, literally,
Yeah,
they're gone. I and that's the cool part, right? Like, it's like, I used HelloFresh
yeah.
before we even got an ad for it because I genuinely loved it. Like, they do have really tasty meals in just, like, different things to try,
Mhm.
so I used it before Force Factor. Like, I've been telling you I wanna grow my hair. I have a hard time taking
Your hair's been
pills.
looking amazing.
Well, that's because I got some clip ends, bitch, but
We're too honest.
but I do,
Still
like,
looks amazing though.
they thank you, but I don't like taking pills, so, like, then we got these Force Factor, gummies, and they taste good, and I really like them, so it's and then Skims, like, Ashley tells me about it all the time, and, like, I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay, let me try it, like, let's see what the hype is about," and it's genuinely amazing, so I'm like, "Okay, this is really cool that, like, we actually use this stuff, we're not just, like, lying."
Yeah, it's all good stuff. We wouldn't tell you to take anything not good, and if you've been here since the start, we didn't have ads for a long time, but we were still working our booties off, so we appreciate you guys being, nice about having ads now. You're always like, "Oh, that's so cool," which means a lot because we put a lot of work in, as you can see, we're here like full-time jobs, so
Yeah,
it's nice to
literally.
get a couple tiny little ads. It's not too much, but, we actually like everything, so we're happy that we get to share it with you guys. So
Yeah.
thanks
Yes.
for all the support.
Yeah.
Means a lot, and we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.